Hi everybody, I'm Lara and this is my channel Sewn by Lara. So as you can see, the background is a little bit different today. I'm coming to you from my home sewing room and I was going to say my messy sewing room. As you can see, I've got a number of projects here washed and waiting to be cut out. I just need to find the time and sit down and do them. So anyways, I've spent today washing fabric and washing, ironing, and getting it ready to cut. I've cut about 4 different things out. Some of it, again, just to use up fabric and make space in the cupboard for stuff that I want in there. And some to try out new patterns with. So one of those ones that I had leftover fabric, because I'm really trying to not waste fabric. So I had made a dress, and you may recall the dress was a bit of a fail, but I really like the fabric. So I thought that maybe this pattern, and I'm actually looking at view C, out of a striped material. I don't know if I can show it to you. There's the back of it. So I'm going to put that together and just have a t-shirt for lounging around. I find now that it's getting warmer, having some loose sloppy shirts to wear around home is not a bad thing at all. So that's one thing I've cut out. Another thing I cut out was on my Make 9 list, the Tia wrap dress by Style Arc, and I cut it out of this fabric. Isn't that fabulous? I can't wait. I can't wait to wear it. So it's going to be a wrap and kind of come along like this. So it's bold. She's bold. Which, if you've seen my closet or some of the garments I've made by looking at my Instagram feed, yeah, it's colorful. So that'll fit right in. So I picked up that fabric. This is the second batch of fabric I've gotten from the designer shop in Montreal. And this is they call it French jersey. It's a DTY fabric, and it's really nice to work with and to sew up. So far I've made 4 different garments out of it, and have had no problems. Washes well. Thinking ahead, that would be one of those pieces that I would take if I was traveling. I would take that, those garments made in that fabric. So the other night I stopped in at the local Fabricland and picked up a few things. One of them I have here with me. It's been washed, and it is this double, what do they call it? Double gauze. And as you can see there, not quite my color, but it's probably more of a summer's palette. But if I put it with some other things that are a bit deeper, I should be able to get away with it. And I am thinking about, I think I have enough fabric. I got to check the width of that. But thinking about making this the view, I think that's view A of it. So that's kind of my thought there. We'll see if it works. If it doesn't, I'm not sure what I'm gonna make out of it then. I'll have to look and see, pardon me, if there are any inspirations on Instagram if I search double gauze, and see what comes up. So the other piece of fabric I picked up was it's got a peach background, and it's got unicorns in peach, pink, purple. They've got rainbow hair essentially, but it's all in pastels. So again, I don't tend to go for pastels, just because they're not quite saturated enough for me. But I thought I want to make a quick little pull-on t-shirt dress, and I pulled out my favorite pattern, which is a See and Sew, and I'm gonna cut it out after I finish recording this. So that's the plan with that. And I also happened to pick up McCall's pattern, looking at the, what is it, View B skirt. I've got some rayon challis that I want to use up, and I'm hoping it'll make a nice swishy kind of skirt. I've come to a realization, I think I've said this last year, and it was during Me Made May, I started paying attention. I have over 100 dresses in my closet that would fall in the spring to summer range. Less in the winter, but I still got a pretty good collection there. What I don't have is a lot of separates. And so I've really been trying to look at some of those things and see how my closet perhaps needs to change. I also have the other issue of I wear a uniform at work, as some of you know, but I come into work in my civilian clothes, change into my uniform, do PT, so put on PT gear, shower, go back to my uniform, and then if I'm coming home, then I'll change into civilian clothes again. So the same one I started the day in. On the weekends, I tend to be, I would say, a dressy casual kind of person, unless I'm in the garden, and then I'm like, give me the oldest pair of shorts and top that it doesn't matter if it gets wrecked. And then Sunday, I'm often working and at church. So, again, I can get away with dressy casual or just a little dressy. So my closet's kind of convoluted. As I remember saying to one of my sewing friends about 20 years ago now, I think I have a split personality when it comes to my wardrobe, right? And I'm sure that there's many of you that can, relate to, being in a profession that requires one style of dress, but your style of dress is quite different than that, right? So I remember watching a version of What Not to Wear, and it was twins. What not? No, it wasn't. It was the bridal show. That one. And it was twins who were lawyers, and they were into goth kind of stuff, right? But you wouldn't know it because their corporate wardrobe, was very tailored, very structured. But when they moved over into the goth world, the only thing that stayed kind of consistent was black, and then it kind of, went into a lot of spandex and leather and stuff like that. Now, my wardrobe isn't quite that extreme, but, I'm finding that it's shifting a little bit. And I need to give it some consideration as I move forward. So, in the meantime, I am sewing through the stacks of fabric that I have. and just trying to make some, garments that, I can toss on and enjoy, and that, I can wear around the house. My grandma used to wear what she called her house dresses, which essentially was a shirt dress or a shift, or her other one. Um, it was belted at the waist. It was a pullover and belted at the waist. So I'm kind of thinking along the same kind of thing, unless I can find a moo style dress that my other grandma used to wear when it was stinking hot. So um, I want to add some of those things to my wardrobe just to make it easier when I'm home alone at night, and wanting to unwind. So that is all I've got to report. I hope you're having a productive weekend. It's a long weekend here in Canada, the Victoria Day weekend or the May 2-4 weekend, depending on what part of the country you are from. So I'm going to go back to sewing and put together this shirt that I showed you, and see if I've got a winner for just making some quick t-shirts, because I'm always on the lookout for some new t-shirts patterns. Anyways, stay well and happy sewing.